package arriving today. Today's update isn't that big. Oh, there we go. Maybe. There we go. Yeah. It's coming open. Nice and simple. And those two DVDs are Golgo 13 Collection 1. I don't know what to think about that. And Naruto Shippuden DVD 11. As I mentioned last week, Maria Watches Over Us 4th season came out yesterday on Amazon, but last week on the right stuff, so I went ahead and ordered it. Interestingly enough, it came with this notepad still in its plastic wrapping. And because that didn't feel like enough, I bought a couple more things, catching up on the old stuff. I decided to get the rest of Flag, since Flag Volume 2 was kind of disappearing. But I also got Flag Volume 3 and 4. I think that completes it. I also decided to get Saber Marionette J again, which I believe is the only one I'm really missing. I bought Record of Lodoss War Chronicles of the Heroic Knight collection. A collection of 4 DVDs. And I don't really remember too well what happened in the first one, so I'll probably rewatch it and then watch this at some point. Then I got this Dragon Ball movie box, which contains movies 2, 3, and 4, the original Dragon Ball. Now, if you're wondering about movie 1, well, about that. Well, Amazon says that it's coming out in December, although at some point Funimation was advertising that it would come out on the 27th of this month, 7/27/10. Dragon Ball Movie 1, Curse of the Blood Rubies. So I'm not quite sure what to think, other than the fact that DVD Aficionado agrees with the December date, and the Right Stuff does too. And maybe that's just the case, because I mentioned the other day about D. Greyman Season 1 with a release date of the 6th, which was last week. And, you know, it's advertised here, but it looked like it had been delayed. It's kind of unusual for Funimation, but... I also bought Belldandy and Nami body pillows. If you're curious, well, first of all, I don't know if this is an official Nami art. Something about it seems off, but oh well. The other question you're actually wondering is, how many pillows can somebody sleep with? I think 10 is one too many. So for anime I've watched, I watched another series off of the Anime Media server that I'm not quite sure where to dig it out, so I'm taking the shortcut way. I'm just saying I rewatched The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, which is actually kind of interesting to rewatch so closely after having watched Toradora. In fact, that's probably the reason I watched it. I think both series are kind of based upon the concept of take a guy that's kind of interesting and have him meet this girl that's just this very extreme representation of something. In the case of Toradora, as I've mentioned, it's incredible tsundere. In the case of Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, it's batshit fucking crazy. But they're both very amusing, and well, I enjoyed rewatching The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, but it wasn't all I watched. I also watched One Piece Season 3 Part 1. It's really quite interesting how it just stays interesting, even though we're 150 episodes by the end of this DVD. I also watched Gundam 00 Season 2 Part 2. Kind of interesting in the same way that all of Gundam 0 has been, other than, of course, the very beginning, which is a problem that Gundam might have in general. I'm not sure yet. I haven't gone on a rewatching spree. But that problem would just be they introduce, at the very beginning in the first episode, this unstoppably awesome robots, and then the rest of it is, oh, well, they caught up technology, and now it's just a constant struggle. Or something like that. It's not necessarily bad. It's just kind of a... well, catch on the first episode, which first episodes usually are. And then I watched Eyeshield 21 Part 2. This was also really good. I mean, damn, you know, I watched a lot of good anime this week. I'm very, very happy. And I would have liked to add Hayate the Combat Butler on there, but I'm still watching that, so I'll talk about that next week.